Chapter 1 The Beginning Wyan's heart raced as she stood before the ornate altar, adorned in an elegant white gown. The weight of the world seemed to rest on her shoulders as the words "I do" lingered in the air. She had entered into an arranged marriage with Jungkook, a man she barely knew. I do, Jungkook said nervously. I do too, Wyan said softly with a mix of hope and uncertainty in her voice. The decision to marry had been made by their families, driven by tradition and the hope for a prosperous union. Wyan had hoped that love would bloom between them, that the bond forged through marriage would evolve into something beautiful by time. I know we are starting this marriage as strangers, Jungkook, but I believe we can build something meaningful together. Wyan was not happy herself enough. Also, she pitied Jungkook about whom she heard of being in love with someone before. Wyan was not liking this feeling of being a second and fourth choice for him. She gives herself courage as she has a lot to conquer in the nearest future. She stood thinking everything in her mind. Time skip. As the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Wyan found herself battling against the walls that seemed to surround Jungkook's heart. This is the era of Wyan's struggles that she put in her relationship with her husband, who is not ready to accept this marriage from his heart. Wyan tried everything to know him, to bring them close, doing things to make him happy, like a delicate rose. She sought to understand him, to catch a conversation, but his disinterest remained, causing frustration to her. She made herself beautiful, hoping to catch his gaze, but his indifference lingered like a distant gaze. Her efforts seemed in vain, with no reciprocal affection, but it was not an end for Wyan. She wanted to give her everything in this relationship. She did not want her parents' pride to get hurt. She was determined to make everything all right. One day Wyan finally decides to break the silence and let everything out of her mind and heart as she waits for Jungkook when he gets back home from work. Her thoughts get interrupted when she hears the door opening along footsteps approaching inside. She knew who it was, and as soon as she saw him, she put on a weak yet beautiful smile to welcome him home. "You're back. Welcome home," she said lovingly. "Thanks," he said with no interest in his eyes. He was about to rush into his room when Wyan stopped him on his track. "Jungkook, I want to talk to you." "I guess we can talk, but I hope it won't take too long. I've other things on my mind." He sits aside Wyan, waiting for her to speak. "Jungkook, I understand that ours was an arranged marriage. We didn't choose each other, but that doesn't change the fact that we're husband and wife now," she said, gathering courage. "Yeah, I get it, but why dwell on it? It's not like we can change anything now." voice. Cherish him always beside me. Soon YN's thoughts got disturbed again when she felt his hand caressing her face, slightly making her let out a gasp. "You scared me." "I'm sorry. Good night, YN," he said in a sleepy tone, almost asleep. Though it felt like the perfect beginning of their story, but little did they know their soon-to-be love story will end even before it starts. When everything turns upside down, all their struggles go in vain with the person entering between YN and Jungkook. That's it, till it continued. Thank you so much for watching.